I walk into the lobby of the hotel in Beijing. Now, some of you are probably familiar with this brand. It's got a heavy French influence. I'd never been to that hotel before. This was my very first time. I was there to sell a travel special report, which means you carry an interview or a review, an interview with the general manager or a review of the hotel, and then the hotel would support it with a page of advertising. It's an open deal. It's not prostitution. That's what we market. It is an editorial supplement or advertorial. So I get into the lobby, and the first thing I notice is this huge crystal chandelier, which was like the centerpiece. It lit up the whole lobby, which anyway was beautifully designed. So, suitably impressed. Yours truly is taken up to the suite that I'll be hopefully living in that night. Or I was to be living in that night. And eventually, a few hours later, I find myself sitting and interviewing this Australian general manager, who I won't name now. So naturally, the first thing that I talk about is the difference that he has made to this hotel, because the renovations are only just over, and this guy hasn't been in the job for more than maybe 2 or 3 years. So this is what he starts with, okay? He says to me, when I first entered this property, it was a fucking dump. The wallpaper was peeling, the carpets were soggy and stinking of China cigarettes. The tableware was cracked. Oh gosh, the list is endless. It was an absolute knackered property. And I thought to myself, how the hell am I ever going to get guests of any standing? How am I ever going to sell mice business? We have a ballroom, but wild horses couldn't drag you in. So I decided, okay, well, let's just go and talk to the owner. So I marched into the office of the owner and I said to him, listen, you can't have a world-class general manager in a third-rated hotel. Either give me a blank check, carte blanche, as they say, or I'm out of here. Fortunately, the owner could see it from my perspective. And he said to me, he said, all right, go and do whatever you need to do. Spend as much money as you need to. But make sure that within a few years, this property is the envy of the city. So I said to the wife, get in the taxi. And we personally went to market and handpicked everything that you see in this beautiful property today. And after we finished this, and I looked at all that I had created, and it was good. But for one thing, the lobby. See, the lobby creates the first impression of a property. It gives the guest an idea of the quality of service and management that this property has that was going to make their stay with us memorable. So I called up Sarvosky, who agreed to make this beautiful chandelier that you now see and admire for $1 million. Now listen guys, I don't know about you, but I was impressed. I have spent 25 years gladiating with this industry, and I've never heard of something like this. Owners, tighter than a frozen Christian Scottish chicken's legs. Good again. So I asked him, how much did this whole thing cost you? He says, well, $25 million. I said, wow. The owner let you spend 25 million US dollars. And he said, yes. Am I the general manager or what? I'm the captain of this ship. Eat up. He gave me all that bollocks. So I thought, there was a part of me that didn't believe this shit. So I thought, okay, well, let's test this. So I said, all right, okay, that's fascinating. Well, seeing as I'm here, and we do have a special offer on the one-page advertisement, the full price is 6,000 US dollars. But we are having it on special now for 2,000 US dollars. Would you like to support this special report and highlight and advertise this wonderful property alongside this feature? Gosh, this was a true camera moment. You should have seen the expression on his face change. It was like I had flipped a switch or something like that. Instantly, this symbol of corporate bravado, this champion of independent thought, this leader of men, suddenly turned into the lamest, most timid pussycat that you could be hard-pressed to find in any of the city's most shittiest sewers. Oh gosh, it was amazing. And I just decided to sit there and see how he squirms and what's he going to say. And after a few minutes of rapid thought, he says to me, you know, I'd like to, but the owner keeps the chop. That's what happens in all China hotels, you see. The owner keeps the chop in his drawer. I had it at that point, you know. I mean, 25 years of taking this fucking gobbledygook, you know, bullshitting from these fuckers. I mean, there's a point you have to, you know, stand up for what you believe in. So I told him, I said, tell me, do you, beyond your wildest dreams, expect me to believe that an owner that gave you a blank check with which you went to market and spent 25 million US dollars and 7 million Hong Kong dollars, or 1 million US dollars on a chandelier is going to begrudge you $2,000 to place an advertisement? Which part of my personality suggested that I would fall for this crock of shit? Now, you know, hotel general managers, very often crowned, you know, by their management companies or their owners, are not accustomed to be spoken to like this. You know? So I thought, before he hoofs me out of that hotel, I may as well just fuck off by myself. So I said, listen to me. You know something? I think you cancel lunch, you know, because I kind of lost my appetite, and I don't want to have to go through the rest of my life telling myself that I have to suffer the indignity of living in a property run by a spineless little shit like you. So don't bother to cancel my reservation, because I'm going to go up now to my room, take my bag, and you know, someone like me doesn't have a shortage of hotel rooms, and go and spend the night with a hotel led by a general manager who I can actually believe.